a Ted Hut. We are gathered here today to talk about the review of The Wolfman and my thoughts on it. I'm going to give you the pros, the cons, the ins, the outs. I just got out of the theater watching The Wolfman, and I want to give my honest take. Now, I know y'all seen Rotten Tomatoes score, not that flattering. I think it's a little bit better than that. I think it's about an average movie, but just barely good enough to go see in theaters, but probably could wait for a streaming service. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And now I'm going to break it down for you. So, if you want to stick around for the rest of the video, please hit the like and subscribe, soldier. So, I'm going to start off with the good things the movie did before I get into the bad things. So, I thought that overall the atmosphere, the tension in the atmosphere, the isolation, and the jump scares were pretty good overall. I think that the story was simple. It was straightforward. Which, you know, sometimes I like crazy town, like Smile 2. And sometimes I don't mind a movie that is straightforward and simple in what it's trying to do. Like just a good old movie, right? So, like, from that aspect, I enjoyed it. I thought, character-wise, as far as what was good, I thought there was a real connection between the father and the daughter. I enjoyed the opening scene of the movie where the main character was a little kid 30 years ago, and it set up some foreshadowing in the future. Spoiler alert. But, yeah, I always love Oregon, big tall trees, big mountain areas. So, like I said, love the atmosphere of the movie. I thought the pacing was good. I didn't think there was ever a dull moment. I didn't think the movie ever ratcheted up to height of heights. But, you know, by the end of the movie, I felt like a little forgettable. But it was decent. It was decent. Like, I don't fully recommend this for everybody. But if you're into scary movies or you're into movies like that, probably check this one out. I mean, I kind of give it a thumbs up, right? 7 out of 10. It's nothing to howl over, if you know what I'm saying. But let me give you some of the bad. Okay? I was really disappointed with the performance of the main actress, the wife, Charlotte. She was Ruth in Ozark. And I was really expecting her to really be the star of this movie. And she really wasn't. Like, I mean, yeah, the family was the cast, right? And they all played a role and they were somewhat decent. But I felt like this family was kind of miscast a little bit and kind of just thrown together, especially the wife. And I felt like Ruth could have done so much more. Either with a better, more well-thought-out role, a better performance, or better writing. But she could have been literally any woman in the world, and it wouldn't have made a difference. But the fact that it was Ruth, I expected something greater than we got, performance-wise. You know, I did like the fact that at the end of the movie, it was the dad that was the original wolf. I felt like, though, the movie could have done a little bit of better job explaining what happened when the main character was a kid. A little bit more time explaining how the disease passes off. You know, there was a lot of, like, origin story sort of shoved to the side for the sake of the single night of events that took place. There was some illogical fallacies. Electricity being on in the house when the house has been abandoned for years. Being able to even start up that truck once. The way the truck crashed, you know. I mean, and they were able to survive. The moving truck, at least. Some illogical fallacies here for a movie that would otherwise wanted to seem grounded in reality. I did like the look of the Wolfman. I like how he was slowly descending into his new look and his new transformation. But it did look kind of silly too, we could admit that. It looked a little goofy. You know, I don't know if the movie would have been better if they just never showed the wolf. Right? But I always find, especially in today's horror movie, the less you show, the better. Because even though you can make things look really gruesome with special effects, you know, the idea of not knowing what it looks like could scare you a little more, in my opinion. You know, so yeah, a little nitpicks here and there for the negative side of things, but like I said, overall, I think it's a good time. I think it's a good movie. You know, lots of foreshadowing. No twists, no turns. Whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's kind of up to the viewer. So I can go either way on this one. I could have left it. I could have watched it. I'm glad I watched it, but if I hadn't, it wouldn't have changed my life any. Anyway, guys, that is my review for The Wolfman. Thank you all for watching. I much appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below if this is a movie you'd want to check out. But until next time, Game News USA, signing out. Have a good one.